Good morning, everyone, all you wonderful, beautiful beings of light, and happy Chinese New Year. All of you out there, all you Facebook and Zoomies, and we want to welcome you to the Center for Spiritual Living, Charlotte. I am your host, Horace. If this is your first time, we are so delighted that you have chosen to join us today. Because with modern technology, we are extremely grateful for this opportunity to touch so many lives on social media that we have, and especially YouTube. Want to mention that as well. And so, wherever you're coming from, we are so grateful you have taken your time to be with us in our community this morning. And so, we welcome you to CSO Charlotte. Please feel free to visit our website, cslcharlotte.org, put in a prayer request, and subscribe, because we add our recordings to our website each and every week. So let me tell you some more about us. We at the Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte, we're a new thought community living in ancient wisdom philosophy based on the science of mind. Now, this science of mind philosophy was developed in the early 20th century by writer and lecturer Ernest Holmes. Dr. Holmes was a man on a mission. He studied truths from all over the world, religious traditions, and spiritual paths. Holmes developed a fresh new way for us to look at ourselves and how we fit into our world. So we at CSO Charlotte, every philosophy is honored, along with every race, sexual orientation, and physical distinction. We are not only a diverse community, we celebrate that fact. And there are many paths to the divine. We can call it God, peace, love, spirit, infinite mind, the I am presence. It really doesn't matter what you call it. Just know that it is the power that resonates within you. You do not have to leave your philosophy or nature of knowledge. You can just join us anytime. We recognize and refer to many of the Holy Scriptures, such as the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the Upanishads, and the Bhagavad Gita. And that is just to name only a few. And so our vision here at CSO Charlotte is to continue a spiritual community, creating and preparing a succession of future leaders who can fully integrate, teach, and expose these science of mind principles, messages, and practices that strengthen mind, body, and spirit. I want to say that again. It's about strengthening the mind, body, and spirit in this community. That's what we stand for. So one of our aims is to create a high collective consciousness here. And we teach everyone the tools to do just that. So come and join us as we meet each Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern Time for our consciousness meeting. You're going to find more about that when we talk about opportunities. And so we want to welcome you. We want to welcome everyone here at our service as we celebrate this powerful being which lives within each and every one of us. So now, before I pass the mic over to our illustrious, fabulous spiritual leader, I want to leave you with this thought, because our theme today is about gratitude being an attitude. And you're going to find out a whole lot about that in a moment. So I want to leave you with this. As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. And that's from former President, the late John F. Kennedy. So I'll leave you with that thought, and I'm going to pass the mic over to our illustrious leader, Reverend Rosedale.
Powerful, powerful. Oh my God. I really love that, Horace. That was phenomenal. So, you know what? He was a powerful man. But one of the things I do like, the biggest part about it was don't just utter words, live them. Close the book and live it. Oh my God, I used to love that saying. But anyway, thank you so much, Horace the Bush, for that one. I really love that one. That was a beautiful quote. So anyway, welcome everybody to CSL Charlotte from Facebook, from I was going to say YouTube, but Facebook and come on now, Zoom. Hey, let's get this right. So anyway, everybody, you're all welcome. I don't care where you're from. So anyway, and celebrating the integration of the mind, body, and spirit, as Horace said it, in mind, body, and spirit, we open up with a opening affirmative prayer. And it's got to be affirmative because we got somebody here today, Reverend Millie, who is going to be affirming it for us, this wonderful service. It's our pleasure to have Reverend Millie as she opens up today with this gratitude as an attitude because I'm grateful because she even joined CSL Charlotte to play the game of prayer coordinator in her tenure while she's here. It's great. These aspirations for her future, I could just see how powerful she is in the future. So I have no doubt that success will follow her wherever she goes. But I have this attitude of gratitude that just knows her health and her future success is totally assured. So we put our hearts into autopilot as we listen and take time together to grasp the idea of the gratitude of attitude and to see ourselves in it for the rest of the week. Reverend Millie, please open us up.
And so, good morning, everyone. And I would like to invite you to just close your eyes with me and let's do a brief affirmative prayer right here and right now, just knowing that spirit is wherever we are in whatever part of the country we are. For CSL Charlotte expresses from across the United States, and God is still with us and around the world. And so I know that as I am one in this allness that is everything, I know this for each and every sentient being on the planet and the planet. And this is what I know today. Today, we step into that assuredness that we are that. We are that. That is, we are the I am that I am. And in that, we are grateful for it. And so we have that attitude of gratitude, of self-assuredness, that knowing that as we are one with God, we are unlimited, powerful beings. And so we live in that expression right now. And we step into this service here at CSL Charlotte, giving thanks for the music, for all that has come before to make this happen, and also for the message that will be given by Reverend Rosedale. And so I just invite you to just say thank you and just be grateful right now as we continue. And we can affirm this by saying, and so it is. Amen.
And so it is. That is so beautiful. I like the being into the assuredness. That's what gratitude brings us. Thank you so much, Reverend Millie, for that prayer. So the next person that we're bringing in to prayer is our reader, and that is Jerry Campbell, aka Groovy G. Now, Groovy G is someone I have great chemistry with, and her inquisitiveness about spirit is just unstoppable. It's just uncanny. And as she continues to grow in truth and flows easily between her life from one day to another, I can trust her completely that she is living her life. And she has closed the book and is living it now. Literally, she's closing the book. So anyway, on the other hand, if the answer is yes, it's yes with Groovy. If it's no, it's no. I have that gratitude, that attitude for her of gratitude because I can hold my deepest trust in what she says goes. If she says the sky is blue, then I need to try to look real hard to see the shade of blue that she sees. So anyway, after you hear Groovy's reading, I want you to be invited to listen to the song, This Power. It's the power of here. The power of now is here now. And this song is such a powerful song that's going to make you understand a lot about gratitude and the attitude within it when you hear these words. So I invite you now to open up your hearts and listen to Groovy G's reading. And right on the heels of her reading will be The power of now is here now. Interesting words. Go ahead, Ruby, please.
Thank you so much, Reverend Rosedale. I have the honor of reading Gratitude First, which is written by our Reverend Rosedale Jones. Envision living a life of fulfillment, joy, and purpose through the power of gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful emotion. It has the potential to transform our lives. It can bring us joy, purpose, and fulfillment, no matter what our current circumstances may be. By cultivating an attitude of gratitude, we can tap into a dear source of inner peace and contentment that assists us with living our best lives. Manifesting our desires through prayer is heavily dependent upon us developing an attitude of gratitude while developing a spirit of thankfulness within. Gratitude is an incredibly powerful tool that can enable us to create the life we have always envisioned. When we express gratitude in prayer, express gratitude in prayer, we open the door for all of the divine blessings this universe has to offer. This helps us stay connected in consciousness so we can move closer to our desires. It's amazing how we can be grateful for something that hasn't even come into existence yet. It requires an immense amount of trust, faith, and belief in the universal mind. We feel empowered and entitled when we believe that what we've asked for is already in the process of being manifested. In gratitude, we trust the process. Through prayerful gratitude, we can create more meaningful relationships and attract abundance into our lives. The more we give, the greater our ability to receive. We must start by envisioning and believing in a better world. It is our responsibility to build that world just by seeing it better in our minds with gratitude in our hearts. So it's important to begin with gratitude first in everything we do. Start your journey by transformation today with gratitude by exploring the science of mind philosophy with CSL Charlotte. Join us and discover the power of the spirit within us that enables us to create this gratitude from within. I'd like to end with a quote, again written by Rosedale Jones, and it says, "When we express gratitude in prayer, we open ourselves to receive all the good the universe has to offer. This helps us to stay connected in consciousness and move closer to our goals." And so it is.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. What is the power of love as you close your eyes or just relax them and maybe put them in your lap? And then take a nice deep breath as you totally, totally relax into yourself. And as you reflect on this, just know that it is highly suggested that we reflect on a gratitude and that it is an attitude. And then we get to think about the power of love being here now. And I love Alexia Chellin as she keeps saying that beautiful, beautiful affirmation, because the power of love is the same thing as God, spirit, source. That's the same name, joy, all of those things, all of those qualities. And that power is here right now. And then she said that power of joy and peace and love is here for you and me to create magic here on earth. Wow. So in the presence of this beautiful love, happiness, and joy, or spirit, God, or source energy, or whatever you call it, it is operating right now. Not only does the power of love show up when we're in that place, but you also heard when Reverend Millie said, the power is where we are all the time. So I want you to wiggle your fingers and your toes as we begin to integrate our mind, body, and spirit as we look around our beautiful spaces. So grateful to be alive, so grateful that we're coming back in here now as a new person, somebody we don't remember. And take a deep breath. So first, I'm going to take a gratitude moment, and I'm going to give great thanks to our amazing MC Horace. He comes up with the most cutest, well, I like to say cute, Horace, so don't feel bad about it because you're a man. Oh, no. But anyway, I love his beautiful affirmations and his quotes that he comes up with. But he brought in somebody that was in politics, which is beautiful. And I like hearing that too. So our talk topic today is gratitude is an attitude. And it came to life with Groovy G's reading from one of the copies of my writings, my copywritten writings. And Gratitude First is the title, because that's what we're going to live by for a couple of weeks. And then we'll try to see if we can do it forever. So thank you, Groovy G. Thank you for that beautiful opening prayer, Reverend Millie. And speaking of prayer, our ecclesiastical team will continue holding the light over our service today. I'm shouting out all kinds of beautiful blessings to people watching and listening to encourage them to practice the attitude of gratitude for their lives. Now, meanwhile, I'm going to keep my gratitude in my heart for all the beautiful healings that I just saw happening this past week, which I can't name them all. But for those of you who would like to experience some healings and some love and some goodness in your lives, join our consciousness meeting and go to our website. You'll hear about that later. And focus. Let us focus our attention on you every now and then. Give it to somebody else to do for you so you don't have to think so hard. So anyway, everyone else, under the sound of my voice, I am really feeling the security of God's protection and presence around our entire congregation. So as we go along and we care for the people, the places and things we care for, I'm grateful. So when it comes to gratitude is an attitude, just think about that. It really is. But before I get into that, let me just ask you this. Have you ever felt like life was passing you by? Maybe you felt sometimes unfulfilled, or maybe joyless, or maybe purposelessness, if you will. I'm about to share that gratitude is a powerful tool that can really help us develop life in ways of being in fulfillment, ways of being in joy, and living a purpose. All I have to do, no, not just me, all of us, all we have to do is start being grateful for the things we already have in our lives. Now, through gratitude, we can uncover the most beautiful and authentic meanings of joy within our hearts, but we have to practice so we can feel that more. The problem is so often people have too much other stuff they're listening to that they can't get away and actually reflect and begin to observe the good that's just continuously manifesting right in front of our eyes. You can't see the good because the other stuff is blinding people sometimes. So this is what I suggest. A good gratitude practice is how we can tap into a world of abundance and opportunity. It's true though, gratitude is an attitude. And what it does, it really actually helps us transform our lives. You know, in our philosophy, Science of Mind, we take the time to discover our really fundamental principles of gratitude. And you know what we do? We observe of how we can actually take personal responsibilities for our action and live lives with purpose. We have several lives. We think we have one. Stop limiting. That's limiting. Limiting. You don't want to limit yourself. Now, here's the deal. There is this unbeatable spirit that's living within us. And when we express gratitude, that spirit is filled with so much joy. But guess what? That's you and me feeling it. That's us. Gratitude actually brings joy into our lives, making it a better process, our lives. We just trust the process of our lives. Do you want to be happy, or are you required to do what you have to do all the time? Is it, or is it about right? Now, all I know is that when we remember what gratitude does in our spirit, then we can recall things like what you just heard in Groovy's reading, like gratitude is a powerful emotion. And in this potential, beautiful emotion, it has the potential to transform our lives, like I just said. I like saying that because that's what it does, because it can bring us joy and purpose and fulfillment. The minute it brings us joy, guess what? Guess what level we are vibrating in? The level in which we want to receive that match from spirit, okay? Because listen, no matter where you are, you're going to receive the match, but you don't want to receive that match in the lower levels. You don't want to be vibrating in the lower levels. So what gratitude does is it gives you that attitude to put you with that altitude up there where you are level with the match, where spirit matches you. That's what it does. That's the law of attraction. Now, the science of mind philosophy is based on all these universal truths. Then they all emphasize this connection with spirit. And I'm going to tell you a little something here. Let's take a really deep look at one of our spiritual practices, one of our many spiritual practices, and how it fits into our affirmative prayer. Prayer is a very important, powerful practice. And it's a very reverential experience, whether it's for ourselves or somebody else. But first, we have to affirm the truth of our prayers with conviction. That's in the third step. Now, when we move toward that fourth step of our affirmative prayer, we express gratitude. Now, that's when we benefit the most. I know some people that I pray for sometimes may be wondering, how can she be thankful for something that has yet to show up yet in my reality? Well, let me just reassure you, that's because I have the trust, belief, and the faith that what I pray for is already created in the universal mind. And all you have to do is be grateful, because it brings up your emotions. It elevates it to the place where it needs to be if you just be grateful for the wonderful things that you have experienced in life. Now, this kind of gratitude is profound and it's real, and it helps you to solidify all of your intentions, and very firmly, I'm going to say help you solidify my prayer, but no, it's my intentions for your prayer, I should say, okay, within my consciousness. Now, I don't have to talk real loud and say a whole bunch of flowery words. I love that was one of the quotes that I'm calling Alan Horace, that Horace read. But you know what? It's true. A whole bunch of flowery words have no credence without that gratitude. So I pray with the attitude of gratitude. And each time I pray with the attitude of gratitude, that is simply because I'm getting time to pray, or when I'm called to pray, or I'm grateful because I am taking another opportunity to pray for myself. Whether there's somebody in front of me or not. Prayer is a very powerful, reverential thing, and you gotta have that gratitude in there. And if you don't have gratitude, you'll feel it. You'll know you missed a step. It just shows. Keep practicing. You're going to see. You're going to realize that I can't do it without that. So declaring the truth with passion, just know that. That third step, it's admirable. But giving gratitude for something that has yet to take place is remarkable. Because what is it doing? It's elevating you again. I have to keep reminding us of that. It is precisely what we, the people who pray, are called to do in each prayer every day. Besides, since God is all there is, doesn't it just make sense to thank God or say thank you on a regular basis? Every day, just get up in the morning, thank you. Somebody says, oh, you look so nice. Oh, well, you know what, this whole thing, no, they didn't ask you all that. Thank you. Gratitude has a powerful effect on our lives. It can help us to transform and heal, to be more connected with our world that's all around us, people through us and people as us, because it's all good. It's all a part of this circle of life. It's the power of love that is here within each one of us. It's here no matter what we're doing physically, no matter what we're experiencing with another person, that will die, but gratitude will never die. Don't forget, you might have crosswords with each other, but gratitude, it elevates that spirit in you. You feel it too. Now, what I know is that the Science of Mind philosophy has already done all the research, and they searched all the principles. They've done all that stuff and laws and all that. You know, we got a lot of laws. And what I do with that is I just develop the tools to help me to reflect on how I can take personal responsibilities on my own actions. Now, also, I find myself in this philosophy with ways of practicing gratitude, with practicing journaling, with practicing visioning, and all of those wonderful things. And that's just to name a few things that we do as spiritual practice. I don't do anything but practice, practice, practice. So every day, I reap a reward of some kind. And I could look back at every day this week and I could see some rewards that I had for just saying, Spirit, take the wheel. That's one of my favorite things when I am like either not happy. I was going to say pissed off, but I said it already. So when with gratitude as my attitude, I can just do that, and then I can reap the rewards that I want, because see, I got to get back up here. You know, we don't always stay here. We ebb and flow just like the ocean, right? But when we remember, that's when we start going, wait a minute, this attitude brings the power of love closer to me. The closer I get back to my love, the happier I am and the better I feel. And it helps me. Just like the sentence we read about, by cultivating an attitude of gratitude, we can tap into a deep source of that inner peace and that contentment that assists us with living our best lives. So, anytime you feel gratitude or you feel grateful, that's making you feel good. You know that joy makes you feel, you know what joy feels like. But you forget, don't allow yourself to let it go too far out of your reach. Because, oh my God, I'm not the type of person that could let joy leave too long. So I have to remember. So gratitude creates that. All I got to do is remember this too. Gratitude creates that match, which is a happiness, which is the happy manifestation. That's not just me saying that, you know. That is a spiritual law. And now I talked about how Science of Mind went and researched all these laws and actually see what they do on us. They do practice this stuff. You will see. Now, the law of attraction, you know, you got the law of gravity, and you got the law of correspondence. You got 1,001 spiritual laws, but a lot of people violate them. And sometimes I find myself almost violating, but then I have to remember, the law of attraction gives me what I'm feeling. Bam. It is when we feel those negative things that things happen. Source energy, spirit, God, or whatever we resonate with us maintains its highest vibration all the time. We don't, because, you know, we got to deal with physical and all that. They just got to deal with spirit. They just got to deal with that realm. They, meaning spirit, is spirit, right? Now, it maintains a very high vibration, but I'm gonna bust your bubble here now. When you're not feeling good, it's not gonna pop out of here to join you in your misery. And that is why when you're feeling miserable, you feel alone. If you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and you're not happy because of something that's going on in your life, it's time to stop fighting those limitations. And we get to do that every now and then. Fight for those limitations. Why? Because we're still in that physical mind being a little annoyed for a minute. Then it's time to, like, let me rise. I gotta rise. I gotta rise. I gotta rise. I gotta get into my higher consciousness. So I start practicing that gratitude and practicing, and then that's good. See, no matter what we do, no matter what we say, the spiritual laws, believe it or not, are always working. So when you have your happy days, you have a lot of wonderful manifestations happening. When you have those miserable moments, I don't think I stay miserable all day though. I'm grateful for that. But when you have those, that's why I said moments. When you have those miserable moments, you start seeing all that stuff that you don't want to see. That's not the right things to observe. Those are not manifestations you want to observe. So we want to embrace the law of attraction, because that's what helps us to remember, I got to get back on track. And this means we feel good when we express gratitude, and that feeling radiates into the world and it attracts the good back to us. Gratitude is an attitude. It's a life filled with purpose and meaning, and it's an unbelievable gift. That's what gratitude equals. We are here for a reason, to fulfill a divine mission given to us by right of our consciousness. So because I believe that, my consciousness, I'm going to get all that good from the divine. By right of consciousness, now your consciousness can also be in the misery part as well. I'm not threatening anybody. I'm just knowing your highest and your best, and that you hear that. Now, even the Bible has a core that it conveys when it comes down to speaking about receiving gifts from source, from the universe, and all of that. And it's in the book of Matthew 13:12, 12th verse. For those who have, more will be given. They that will have abundance, because they are grateful for what they have. But for those who have nothing, even what they have will be taken away. Now, do you know the type of life that those who have live? They live a life of gratitude. That's because they're happy and they continue to receive their good. They are grateful for what they have before they pray for whatever else. Do you know the type of life that those who have nothing live? They live a life of criticism, judgment, They hate their jobs. They're part of organizations that they find holes in, and they never discuss anything good about them. And well, they end up falling in the holes that they dig. So the person who is living in gratitude says, I ain't getting in that hole with you now. I will pray for you, but don't think I'm gonna jump down there with you in it. So as we deepen our relationships with the divine, we become part of this circle of life. Now, looking back 30 years or so ago, I fully realized exactly when I was fighting for my limitations. Oh, yeah, big time, because I did not understand how to change from where I was. When you're not sure how to change, you definitely wonder way too far away from that good I'm talking about. It's a wonder my lungs were not functioning properly. It's a wonder that I had the sleep apnea. When you're all upset, it just takes your breath away. Furthermore, I had these crazy allergies and stomach was all out of control. It was just crazy. When we fight for our limitations, we argue against the spiritual truth. Now, the point I'm trying to make here is simply this. When a doctor tells you the things you need to do, and you start saying, but you know what, I'm okay because I know how to do this without that. I don't have to eat this. I don't have to do that. I don't have to work out. I know, oh boy, you're saying it, but you know it's not true. That means you're fighting for your limitations. So I like to make sure you understood that phrase because it's important to know. So let's remind ourselves the rest of the week as we close to be grateful for what we have, because being grateful for what we have significantly improves our thoughts and it helps us to avoid pain. That pain is usually caused by negative feelings, by anger, by animosity. Do you notice the difference? Pay attention. Now, the power of gratitude can be seen as something like a counterbalance for our negative thoughts to take us off of those negative thoughts and bring us over. See, gratitude is one of the most fundamental spiritual practices in our philosophy. So remember all of that good stuff, because at CSL Charlotte, we really believe that we are all connected to the spiritual realm. So I just want to tell you another thing about that attitude as we close out and follow up on our next song. I love this because it's been reflecting on my mind for so long. And it goes like this, and I want you to try to take it in your heart. Some of us fall by the wayside. Some of us soar to the stars. And some of us just sail through our troubles. And some of us live with the scars. And you know what? I'm grateful that I was one of those people in each and every segment of my lives. I say lives. So be grateful that you were once one of them people that fell by the wayside. Now you soar to the stars. You decided that you no longer want to live with those scars. So be grateful, because that's all a part of the circle with life. So listen to this next song called The Circle of Life, and you will see what this big thing does. It just comes around and around and it never stops. Oh, my. One more thing that gets me is that some people say eat or be eaten, and some say live and let live. But all of us, we begin to see as we join the gathering, we should never take more than we give. And it's the circle of life. Oh my God. You know what? It's time now for you to take the mic back, Brother Horace.
Wow. Wow. Thank you, Reverend Rosedale. What a powerful, powerful message. One of the most powerful messages I think we could ever hear about gratitude being that attitude, most powerful attitude actually we can have, as far as that carries us through this circle of life. And what's really awesome about this moment that we have in service right now is because we strongly believe in being a practicing community. And we have this opportunity right now to practice this law of circulation, of reciprocity. So I invite you, those of you out there, those uh, Facebook love streamers, and those of you out there on Meetup and Zoom here, we all have this opportunity in this moment to really apply that. And so I want to engage you in this community effort and the preparation toward our succession of future generations and leaders that we are creating to fully integrate, teach, and expose this science of mind philosophy by our donations, which can be made, as you see there, through Zelle, through Venmo, through going to our website, csoCharlotte.org, and clicking on that More tab. There are many ways you can do that. If you're paying through credit card or check, made payable to CSO Charlotte. And all that information is on our website when you click onto our More tab. And so, wow. And those of you especially who, like me, like to shop on Amazon, you also have an opportunity by going to Amazon Smile. And when you shop like you normally do, this community will benefit. And that is part of engaging in the circle of life. So now, I'd like for you to take this opportunity as we recite our affirmative giving. And if you want to, first of all, make sure you're self-muted, because I want you to recite this out loud wherever you are along with me. And if you want to, you can place your hands over your heart and just feel that energy flow as we're reciting. If you get to, let everybody take a slow, deep breath and feel that law of circulation basically being activated inside of you, inside of each and every one of us right now, and allowing ourselves to be grateful for that. Prosperity and abundance flows from the law of circulation of giving and receiving. As I give to the Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte, I give of my time, talent, and treasure, which opens the path to my grateful return of good 7 times or more in my life. I am grateful for the universal power that exists to continuously open the paths for all prosperity and abundance that we all receive, and I now prosper. So let's take a deep breath. And if you care to, just briefly close your eyes and just absorb what we just affirmed. And what I know right now, it is that spirit of prosperity that infuses each of us collectively and individually right now. And I am knowing that it is that spirit of prosperity that continues to transform us and create this ripple effect that we have no idea where it's going and the far reaches of it. We just know that it's part of that circulation of life. And so I just give great thanks, knowing this community continues to thrive and to expand because of our demonstrated efforts in our giving and receiving. And that's how this community continues to grow and thrive. And so I release this in the universal law, knowing it is so, knowing it manifests continuously as this strong, vibrant community. And if you are in agreement with me, then affirm with me right now. And so it is. And now I'm going to pass the mic over to our illustrious A-Team Allen for opportunities and announcements.
Hello, everybody, and happy Chinese New Year. Today we enter the year of the rabbit. And as that famous Chinese quote says, The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. So I invite you to hop into gratitude and experience a new and improved you. And another small step that you can do is you can hop onto our website, cslcharlotte.org, and subscribe. And also, we hop onto our other social media platforms that you see on the screen, such as our brand new and improved Facebook channel. So I invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel this week. And also, when you're on Facebook, we ask that you like, comment, and share our posts with all of your friends. We post important updates and inspirational quotes throughout the week. So that's another simple way to hop into the new year. And this is a picture of what our website looks like. And if you notice on the top right-hand corner is the More tab, because we always want more. We always want better. Just like when we go to the movies, we want that big, supersized popcorn that tastes oh so good. And your life can be like that too. It can be just like a wonderful movie. And in this teaching, you learn how to create your own script and your own movies. And it begins with gratitude, like Rosedale was talking about today. So I'll be referring to the More tab on the top right-hand corner. So one simple thing that you can do is stay informed. Like I just said, visit cslcharlotte.org for all the information like our telephone number, email address, mailing address, and of course, the social links will be on the bottom left corner of the website. And it's simple as sign up. All you have to do is go to a website, complete the form at the bottom of the page, and check your email often for important updates. And it's that time of year where we get prepared for our tax returns. So our 2022 contribution statements will be available soon. So please ensure that we have your correct email address and send your email to admin@cslcharlotte.org, because we want to make sure that you get a bigger refund. And so you can always get more. And we also have our weekly consciousness meetings on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. And this is where you can really feel what a community is all about, where we always support one another through good times and bad times. And it's not just for yourself, but also you can invite support your family members and anybody else that you want. So do yourself a favor and come join us to experience phenomenal shifts, demonstrations, and manifestations. We use our collective energy of good to encourage, demonstrate, and develop spiritual practices. We provide affirmative prayer for those who have requested it. Follow the weekly meetings events link under the More tab to sign up and request the Zoom meeting. And be sure to check back often for our certificated classes. We don't have any as of the moment, but we always have fabulous classes throughout the year. And for personal experience, this is where you really get to feel what a close-knit community is like, and we learn from each other. And if you enjoy writing, we have our Heartbeat Poetry Club that meets on Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you would like to join, all you need to do is simply follow the weekly meetings and events link under the More tab to sign up. And if you're out of town on vacation or you're experiencing a wonderful life or wonderful surprises, our Sunday services are available for replays, and they're available in audio and video format. So all you have to do is click on the Sunday services video or the Sunday service audio under the More tab. And we also post our services on YouTube as well. So that's another great easy way to subscribe to our YouTube channel and be able to send links to your friends who you think will be encouraged by our messages. And we also have prayer opportunities. So after service, we offer prayer. So today I'll be your prayer coordinator. And if you would like one-on-one prayer with one of our qualified and awesome practitioners, then simply raise your hand at the end of the service, and I'll hook you up with the right people. And sometimes in life there could be like, it can seem like there are so many different problems and issues and situations. But today I invite you to just think of just one thing that you want prayer for today, and make that the focus of how you want the situation to look like. How do you want to feel when it's resolved? So I invite you to just think about that before I hook you up. And also during the week, if there's something unexpected medical situations or unexpected good even, we invite you to use our prayer tree. And you can go to our website, click on the More tab, and request a prayer request for yourself and for others. Our esteemed emeritus practitioner, Maureen Thurston, is our prayer tree arborist, and she will gladly write you a prayer and support you as well. So I encourage you to treat yourself and hop onto our website and click underneath the More tab and fill out the form for our prayer requests. So Maureen, please tell us how we're doing on our prayer tree.
Prayer tree is continuing to grow. We have 350 prayers that we've processed.
Awesome, glad to hear that.
Nice.
All right.
So a community that prays together says to me, we stay together, huh? And if we don't stay together, I know where you live. Another threat, Mo.
You can come and visit me anytime you want.
Ah, awesome. You're the best, Mo. So anywho, the next thing we have, man, I'm telling you, didn't you enjoy that circle of life? It was something that was just so awesome, awesome, awesome. So we're going to go ahead now and really let me just remind you of one thing. It's the birthdays. It's the birthday time. And you know, I really wish we had, wait a minute. Did somebody say we had a birthday? Oh, no, that was last week, but Mo's coming up. Okay, I'm just remembering. It's not now, it's February. Okay, what we really do is we take time to actually celebrate our birthdays. And the things that I know is that you guys know your birthday. I don't. So just jot down your birthday in the chat or in the comments, and we would just love to say it, whether you're on or not, because you'll still feel us through spirit. You will. I think you will. So anyway, thank you for all of those that are giving us those birthdays, and just the day, not the month. We don't, I mean the year. We don't want to know what year you were born if you're sensitive like that. So it's okay, you know. So now I just want to tell you that I believe that if we have a birthday to do every single week, then I know we're making a dent in this world, reaching people. So just know. So as always, thanks to our platform team. Great job, Groovy G, on that reading. And thank you for keeping everyone engaged in Facebook and on Zoom. And thanks for that great prayer, Reverend Millie, because you definitely touched out when you said those words you said. So that was very powerful. So, and also thank you for heading up our prayer team. So Melissa, AKA SoCal Melly, thank you for greeting and always spotlighting to make sure all is well. And thank you, Brother Allen, for those fabulous announcements. I loved everything you said. So thank you again in advance, Alan, for doing that prayer tech today. So you got that going on. So that's good. So now thank our entire fabulous platform for your focus and attention, the ecclesiastical team for holding the light over the service, and another fabulous celebration service has come, and somebody got the feeling, got touched, understood. So now, as for our entire virtual community, make sure you go to cslcharlotte.org and put in a prayer request, because like I love to tell you, if you have not received a prayer from Mo, you did not submit a prayer request. So for those of you who find that things are going super in your life, or great or even not so great, ask yourself this question. What's holding me back from making a beautiful prayer request? Prayers do not have to always be because things are going not so good. Maybe you want to make them better. Maybe you want to keep it coming. So be in gratitude, okay? Come in, pray for gratitude. You know, I always say that if you really think about being grateful, you will feel good about what you got to say, and you will and somebody else will know how you feel because they can feel it in your energy. So here's another thought. What could be better than listening to a prayer live? Huh? How about a prayer to change your mind right today in this moment about a situation you're dealing with? If you want to actually talk about gratitude or change some condition in your life, stay here in Zoom and you will get a live prayer. It's a few minutes. Just make sure, like Alan said, which I loved, just think about one thing today, because you know what? You can come back as many times as you're on this Zoom. So just know that. Okay, so don't think that I have to do this one, so I got to do a whole lot. No. You come back and you can come back and you can come back. So that's absolutely nothing wrong with expecting more good in your life. Please understand that. So before we close out, I want people to remember that gratitude is an attitude for yourself. Not for me, not for the neighbor next door, not for your husband or your wife or your friends. It's for you. And once you reflect, accept, and respect that gratitude is an attitude, great changes is on the horizon for you. So decide what behavior you need to change to allow gratitude to be dominant, a dominant force. Let it be a dominant attitude for you. And I challenge you this week to just decide the moment you wake up in the morning before your feet hit the floor is, I am a lighthouse to those who are lost. And you are the only person who has to be willing to be able to reflect, accept, and respect your gratitude, your attitude of gratitude for yourself. So now, before Reverend Millie closes us out, nurture your attitude with an attitude. Whoa, nurture your gratitude with an attitude of gratitude. Okay, do that. Let's come to the light now, because this last song is going to speak to you by Faith Rivera, and it speaks volumes about being that lighthouse I just mentioned. And she's going to tell you how being that lighthouse can save people who are lost. And a lot of people are all about service. Like me, I'm about serving people to bring them to wherever they like to go. So that's what the lighthouse does. So listen to this beautiful song as it closes us out. And remember this week, you are this lighthouse and you're helping people who are lost. Okay, so I guess you can tell that the song's over. And beautiful, thinking about the lighthouse. I think is a good thing. So anyway, thank you so much, Reverend Millie, for getting ready to say that prayer for us right now, and then pick us up at the end of the service.
Thank you, Reverend Rosedale. And so right now, I would just invite us all to just close our eyes as we just reflect on all that we have just heard in this message today. And for the entire program that we have experienced, having this attitude of gratitude, knowing that right where we are, no matter where we go, no matter what is going on in our lives, we can take the time to find something to be grateful for. In the darkness, look up toward the sky and then just say thank you. And just know that there is a divine essence of all that is an absolute that hears that thank you. Find the opportunity to always be grateful and then take that attitude forward in life. And with that attitude of gratitude, there's nothing that cannot be solved and taken care of. Our darkest hour is just before the dawn. So just hold on to that and just know that God is still present and always, always answering our prayers. And every thought is a prayer. And what you think about, you bring about. So let's just make those thoughts about gratitude, even if it's just being able to take that deep breath. Oh, thank you. And now I release this prayer into the law, knowing that my words have been heard by that law of mine that makes it so and just says yes. And we can affirm this together by saying, and so it is. Amen.
And so it is, Reverend Millie. You're just inspiring me to take another walk at night. Tonight, it's so true. I'm going to go out there and look up into the darkness. It's a wonderful thing. So that all being said, you guys do it with me wherever you are when the night falls. Go outside if you just stand on your porch. But I need to go take a little stretch anyway, stretch my legs and walk down there a little bit and just look up at that beautiful sky and see how wonderful it is, because I want us all to remember gratitude tonight. And I thank you, Reverend Millie, for bringing that back. So before I say adieu, I just want you to know that I am going to be in deep gratitude for all of you for being here. And I'm going to be in deep gratitude with you when you walk tonight in the dark. And I know somebody for sure is going to do that, and that's Melissa. So anyway, guys, I will see you on the next Sunday or the next consciousness meeting or whatever we got coming up. You are always welcome. So I'm looking forward to it. So have a wonderful week.